So for those that have been in competitive airgun shooting for a long while, the Crosman 2300S has been in Crosman's lineup for many, many years. Well, with the advent of them being taken over by Gammo, I'm not sure what sort of conversation went on behind the scenes, but a lot of those airguns got discontinued. So what was I to do? Because I was looking for one, I decided to build my own. In this video, I'm going to deep dive into how I built my own custom Crosman 2300S. Let's go. So I'm really getting into 10 meter air gun shooting. So what we're going to do with my custom Crosman 2300S that I built is I downloaded an Olympic 10 meter air pistol target. We'll take it down range 10 meters. And we'll send 10 rounds downrange, and then we'll come back and then we'll deep dive into my thought process on the build of this air gun. All right, we got our eyes on. We got one already chambered up, and let's send it downrange. You guys might recognize this. This is my custom built Crosman 2240 that I converted. But we're going to have a deep dive conversation about that here in just a little bit. Yeah, I'm really getting into this 10 meter shooting. It's fun. I've been watching a lot of it on YouTube. There's a lot of great shooters worldwide. All right, let's grab the target and then we'll deep dive. All right, let's grade the paper before we talk about this air gun. Not bad. 10 shots, all cutting 9 ring, couple cutting a 10 ring. I was shooting pretty fast here on camera, but not bad group for 10 shots at 10 meter. Let's talk about how I built this air gun. I used a Crosman 2240 platform, and a while back, earlier in the year, I had built this up as a 22 caliber air gun, and I have a video on that. I'll leave a link in the video description below. But as I'm getting more into 10 meter shooting, I was like, hey, I want to make something that is in a 177 caliber And Crosman used to make some really nice target pistols back in the day. But now that they merged with Gammo, it seems like the board members decided to take that out of their lineup for whatever reason. And I think that they're missing an opportunity with that because there's still a niche market for those items. So I said, you know what? I'll build my own. It's not that hard. So let's take it from the grips and then we'll just work our way through this whole air gun. So I wanted a pair of competitive grips, and there's not a lot of stuff out there that kind of like piqued my interest, and I'm into woodworking, so I decided to make my own grips, and I chose bloodwood for the material. And I went and bought just the basic frame of the platform, and I used that as my template, and then I cut them out on my bandsaw and on my scroll saw, and then I just started shaping them. So I do power carving here. I have a power carving machine, and I started profiling it for the thumb ramp and such. And I just kept playing with it until it felt good for me, how I like to hold a pistol. It took a little while to do, but anything we're doing is going to take some time. But I would highly encourage folks to try to explore and expand your horizon and do something like that. It was really fun to do. I swapped out the trigger. I bought a brass trigger that has like a roller on it from Alchemy Airwerks. And I'll leave links to all this stuff in the video description. They're on eBay. And I also bought a trigger spring for the Sear inside that's adjustable. And then I bought a power adjuster in the back. So what that does, it applies the tension on the hammer spring. It is basically how hard does that hammer hit the valve to release gas to send a pellet downrange. So you can dial it in to how you like to shoot. Now the breech I had got from Airgun Mods, but I'm thinking about swapping this out. I'm having one currently made, and I don't want to disclose who's doing that yet. I want to be able to test it out first. So I'm having a custom made one done. So there'll be a update to this once I get the custom breech put on, because I think all metal would look really nice on this rig, you know, if we're going all out. And that's not to take anything away from the Airgun Mods breech, but I just, if you're going to go highbrow, I just want everything to look just bougie highbrow. And I think also the height on this breech is just a little bit too high for this Williams sight. So the metal breech will sit just a couple millimeters lower. I'll be able to dial it in to be able to really close the groups up at 10 meters. I put a Williams rear sight on. They're the creme de la creme in regards to like sights for this style of shooting. So you can micro adjust that for your windage and elevation, and then you can lock everything in. It has a lock screw on the side, so you can dial it for your needs. The valve, I put in a special valve in there. I got that also from Alchemy Airwerks, and he opened up the exit port just a little bit more on that, so I'm getting just a little bit more gas out of it. Seems to be really consistent shooter. You know, as we can see on the target, it's hitting where it needs to hit. I put a Lothar Walther barrel on there, and I also put the front sight and the moderator adapter. I really like that. I may have to cherry pick which moderator I use if I use one, because some of the ones I have are too big to where I can't see the front post of the sight. Trigger pull, I've been dialing it in. I've been buffing it out and polishing everything up. Let's see what we got here. I got a 1.14 ounce, and I mean, that's on the high side. .10 ounce, and I know that if I play around with it, I could dial it in and get it even tighter. What's really cool about this genre is you can adapt this platform to your shooting needs. If you're into silhouettes, if you're into plinking cans, or if you're like me shooting 10 meter, there is something for everyone. If you want to convert it from the base model 22 caliber to over to 177, just get another barrel, swap it out, boom, now you're ready to go. You want to put on a different breech, there's a variety of different manufacturers out there that are doing all sorts of great stuff. You want to put sights like I have on, or a red dot, or a scope, you can do that. You want to make your own grips, or you want to buy some off eBay or from a custom maker, you can do that. There's so many things that you can do with this platform. I get really excited about it because it's something that you can really make a fun project with family members and personalize it to your own. You know, there's nothing better than building up something that you and your child did, or you and a friend did, and then your mojo went in to the build of that air gun. So it's just a great time, great memories, and basically that's what this is all about, right? We're doing this for camaraderie, we're doing this for fun, we're doing this for relaxation, and it's just a great pastime that once you get the platform and you buy it, it's really cheap to maintain. CO2 12 gram powerlets and pellets. I'm using these RWS Diabolo Basics. They're pretty cheap. They're about $7 a tin for 300. That's not bad at all. I can have a lot of fun. I'm coming out here in the shop on my range. I'm spending quality time. It's a good deal. Folks, I'll leave links to everything I talked about in the video description below. So if you want to deep dive into this, hey, leave a comment down below. I'll try to help you get started. If I don't know, I'll kind of help you, point you in that right direction. It's my goal, one, to make air guns fun again, and two, make it to where you want to shoot more. So folks, with that, thanks for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. I'm going to send some more lead downrange.